They loved deeply, yet they remained friends for over a decade. Only because the girl in high school rejected his confession. This was only because she cared for her mom's kidney failure. She hoped he'd find a woman better than her. But in her 28th year, her mother's condition worsened. Fortunately, Mia was a match for organ donation. She would donate a kidney to her mother. As long as the surgery works, she could reclaim the time lost with him. But the speeding car hit her just before her surgery. I once prayed to the heavens. What did I pray for? To save me. A sudden car accident cruelly took away her life. Her love for him became a secret buried in the grave forever. With her abrupt departure, he fell into an unshakable grief. Maybe through the deep longing, his mother revealed that Luna was a test tube baby. They had developed 2 embryos, but during the first pregnancy she lost both kidneys. The second embryo was given to an infertile couple. Due to a confidentiality agreement, we can't know where the other is, but this gave the man hope to life. He chose to find his sister in London. He searched through all the information he could think of, but he only failed to see where the couple lived. This is truly like finding a needle in a haystack, but a casual news report led him to discover a girl who looked exactly like his sister living in another city. Hope stirred within him. He was keen to leave right away. But this girl not only had a happy and healthy family, she also had a boyfriend who was about to propose. Yet her parents were on edge every day, as they never found the right moment to reveal she wasn't their own child, even though she was already 24 and had found a job managing a zoo. They still hadn't been able to say it. But then the arrival of a stranger shattered this blissful tranquility. The man said she had a sister named Lucy, and 2 biological parents who missed her dearly, but she had never left the city her whole life. This must be a case of mistaken identity. So the man left his contact information. Maybe it's best not to disrupt others' joy. He left dejectedly. But when the girl told her mother about it, her mother furrowed her brow and fell silent. Little did they expect that day to finally come. However, her father believed this might be fate. He sadly shared the truth that she was not his daughter. The girl found it hard to accept this fact. She now knew she'd been in the dark for 24 years, living with people who weren't related by blood. Though her adoptive mom carried her for 9 months, though she was always viewed as a biological child, yet she always opposed the facade of no blood ties. She firmly chose to return to her birth parents. Under the dim night sky, she quietly left her home of over 20 years. Before going to a strange city, she shared her story with her boyfriend, but her boyfriend wanted her to stay at his place, to come down before making plans. But the girl felt very dejected. She just wanted someone to leave with her. After parting with her boyfriend, she hurried alone through the night, leaving the familiar city, leaving the one she loved. Unknowingly, she reached Birmingham, England's second city. The man at home was sadly mourning the deceased girl. But a strange phone call broke the silence. To his surprise, it was the girl from the zoo. She was indeed the one he had desperately sought. The girl came to meet her blood relatives. The man planned to meet her at his London coffee shop. Although they had met once before, the second time he saw Jenny, the man couldn't help but remember the deceased in London, because they looked almost identical. To ease the pain of longing, the man quickly thought about going to work early. He let her stay at the cafe or walk around. He would pick her up later after work to take her to their parents. Hearing that his other daughter was coming home today, their mother couldn't wait to prepare a lavish dinner. The father felt guilt for breaching a deal. He did think it was the right thing to do, but after all, she was still his own daughter. This fact was undeniable. At the moment he saw Jenny, he realized his daughter had finally returned home. But this identical appearance only made him miss Luna more. The family sat together, choked with grief, unable to eat, until Jenny tucked their hands to pray to the heavens, praying for comfort amidst their sorrow, and to thank this family for bringing her peace. In response to Jenny's wishes, everyone's heart felt a sense of relief. Their faces finally showed smiles, because Jenny was a gift from above. After dinner, their mother scanned Luna's childhood pics. She never knew they were so alike as kids. This made Jenny want to know more about her sister. She wanted to visit the places her sister used to go, and only Dawson knew about it, because he was always with Luna. Perhaps worried too much, Jenny's boyfriend called. Upon learning his girlfriend got close to a stranger, he tried hard to get her to go back, but Jenny had many things to sort out. She was ready to talk to her foster parents, yet Dawson believed once Jenny met her birth parents, she would soon return to her foster family. So he tried to help her understand her sister Luna. Luna was a girl who loved to dance. She always dreamed of being on stage, but fate had other plans. Due to a chronic condition with her arches, she had to give up her dreams and education. In the end, she moved back home, but she still faced everything with a smile. Working at a cafe with her mother, she set a new goal to save for a house. She got a plan to beat her mom's fear of kidney failure. She specially designed a brain plan after her unexpected passing. This plan became her mother's only way to remember her. Now, however, Jenny is back home, this room filled with traces of Luna, welcomes her to move in anytime. 3 days have passed without her noticing. Jenny still had no intention of going back. She stayed close to Dawson at all times, jet skiing all the ones her sister did, enjoying the lovely sights her sister saw. Before night fell, she brings flowers to the cemetery to mourn her deceased sister. Finished this task, they sit quietly by the lakeside. They discuss their next plans. But upon hearing Jenny's decision to stay here, Dawson worries about family in another city. Jenny's leaving must stress her adoptive parents. But Jenny doesn't know how to face the situation. She can only take it step by step. Yeah, her birth mother is very worried too. She fears another family will fall apart. She sincerely wants Jenny to return, but Jenny still has her doubts. Now that she's with her birth parents again, she has no reason to go back. Seeing her mother's health declining day by day, she wants to fulfill her sister's unfinished wish. She secretly went to get tested for a kidney match, and she passed the matching test smoothly. Now she just needs to wait for the surgery, then she can save her mother. In the meantime, she works at a cafe just like her sister did, but she never expected her boyfriend traveled miles to confront her. But they have long grown apart. Their messages show a sense of distance. They can't understand each other anymore. They're no longer the couple they once were in love. Maybe going back to friends is the only grace. But even so, those beautiful memories still break the heart. After the breakup, Jenny caught her foster parents for the first time. She cried and just spoke of the kidney surgery. This left her foster mother very worried about the surgery's risks. Aside from that, Jenny hung up the phone. As for when to go back, she didn't say a word. The scene was just seen by Dawson walking by. He handed her a cup of coffee for some comfort. Once Jenny calmed down, he wanted to cook for her tonight. To dispel some unpleasant worries, Dawson was like a gift from heaven, by her side during her hardest times. They had a great time playing all day, then happily enjoyed a delicious dinner. But some things can't be ignored. Again, you have to face them bravely. Dawson had witnessed a couple losing their child, and he did not want to see the family in Nashville shattered. They sometimes make mistakes in some matters, but Jenny is the only one who can help mend the mistakes. This made Jenny miss her foster parents and sister, but she still didn't know how to face it. Perhaps forgiveness is a concession she must make, or maybe it's not opinion, but it's unclear where it began. Jenny noticed Dawson. After learning about her sister Luna, she wanted to know every detail about Dawson. Dawson lost his parents at a young age. He later saw Luna's parents as his own. Soon after, he became an architect. In this sunlit forest, he has his proud first project. He loved this little place he built for the community. As nature brought the romance, Dawson looked into Jenny's eyes. He spoke his heartfelt feelings very deep inside, no matter what they are now. But this had nothing to do with Luna anymore, because Dawson loved Jenny. When they first met, he couldn't look her in the eye, because it reminded him of Luna, thinking of that awful crash. But then things changed. Every time he was with Jenny, he couldn't look away. What he saw was no longer Luna, but all he saw was Jenny. Perhaps this was the better woman Luna hoped he would find. Facing Dawson's brave confession, Jenny silently accepted. But to maintain this relationship, she had to return to her adoptive parents, because this was one of Dawson's wishes. It was time to forgive her parents. She can't hold a grudge for life. Jenny followed Dawson's advice. She made a call to her foster parents. She detailed the surgery. She assured them she would return afterwards. The long-standing conflict was finally resolved. Jenny felt much relief inside. And she went to the OR with her mom. She successfully fulfilled her sister's wish. A kidney saved her mother's life. This also re-established their unbreakable bond. Her recovery period kept her around a little longer, until her foster parents crumpled up. She had to say goodbye to her real parents. Her mother handed Jenny the potted plant, because her arrival healed their wounds from losing their daughter. Before leaving, Jenny wanted to check her bags. But during this moment, her foster parents can't wait to go inside. Looking at Jenny's real parents, they never imagined they would meet one day. When Jenny came down, she hugged her foster parents. She eagerly showed her parents her sister's photos from Luna. About the tragedy in London, her foster parents were deeply saddened. About Jenny's return, they were very grateful, but they didn't know how to thank her, because it's hard to imagine biological parents would send their daughter to them again. But for the parents, as long as she is happy, that would fulfill my greatest wish. After the event ends, Jenny returned to her old city. She continued her job managing the zoo, being too focused. She missed Dawson sneaking out. But when she didn't notice, she wondered why Dawson was here. Little did she dream that Dawson came to see her. He found a job at the zoo, allowing them to be inseparable. This time, Dawson asked Jenny to be his guide, showing him her favorite spots, maybe introducing him to her parents, to plan for their wedding.